What's up, everyone? This is Tyler Severance. Welcome to the latest episode of The Goods. I'm here with a really amazing guest who I met tonight for the first time. I was put onto his artwork following another local Philly influencer. His name is Ponzo the Don on Instagram. He posted some of his artwork. He has that artwork that instantly has an appeal and juxtaposition. As soon as you see it, you can tell that he knows what he's doing. And once you click on his profile, you just see how vast his actual catalog and what he does with all the different mediums. So welcome to the podcast. I don't want to butcher your name and embarrass myself right off tip.
Ahead,
so
what you got?
Is it Rykeise or Rykeise?
Rykeise.
Okay. That's what Brandon said in the car, and I was like, oh, it was close. I added one too many syllables. Rykeise Godwin, right?
Yes, sir. Rykeise Godwin.
Godwin. Awesome.
Yeah,
welcome to The Goods. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm glad we could do this, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He really squeezed me in here. He's in Philly right now, just seeing family for Thanksgiving and stuff. But
I'm glad we could make this happen. Definitely.
You're getting inked here, doing some commissions for other people. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was Gucci Man versus Jeezy. Yo, what are your thoughts about that?
Oh man, all right, seriously, as far as that goes, I think it was a good versus. I watched the versus. I think it was a good versus. I'm gonna be honest, I'm definitely team Gucci. Like I'm team 1017. Like I gotta go with Gucci in this. It's just like I get, he was disrespectful towards the end. He was very, disrespectful, but I feel like a lot of people really forget, like, Jeezy really sent the man to kill
10 stacks on his head.
He really sent someone to kill that man. Like,
I love all the stories of, like, all the hip-hop lore that tell the different sides where they're I know all the stories. Stripper. Yeah, it's just bad funny, though. And then off tip, he just started with that song, and I was like, I
feel like you with that song too. I feel like he should have saved it for the end. I feel like he shouldn't have started with it.
I think he also knew because Jeezy just is so stacked with hits, commercial hits. Like I don't love all Jeezy's music, but
he has commercial hits. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
He was like not like in terms of subject matter, but like using the same flow over and over again, like DaBaby 20 or 15 years ago. DaBaby. I love Jeezy, but what's good?
You get tired of it.
Yeah. But. So you were telling me earlier you grew up in Chester, which is like just outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah, right outside, like 20 minutes, right outside of Philly, pretty much.
How was that? What did you get into when you were a
kid? It's funny because I don't know. I was a real like active kid. I would say like I was into my art and stuff like that, But I was a little different. Like I'd be in the middle of the street, like I'd be out in the street dancing with my headphones in, or I'll be going on the street roller skating and shit like that. Like, it wasn't, I don't know, I was just like, I feel like a different kid, but I always had my art. My art was always there. That was always the thing that was real consistent. And then I'm from Virginia.
Okay.
It's like the country, So I'm from Virginia and just coming up here and, coming to Chester and Philly and everything and seeing, you ride down 95, you can see trains and stuff like that, spray painted. You got bridges spray painted, the signs up ahead and stuff like that. It was just like I was starting to see all of that stuff, with stuff I've never, never experienced, So it definitely caught my interest as well. So
yeah, it's interesting.
Just being in the city definitely, I feel like influenced my art a lot. Like, I don't know, growing up, I was definitely like I was kind of shy. I was like the shy kid, I wasn't like, I had my friends, everybody liked me, but I wasn't really as outgoing, and I feel like my art definitely helped me with that as well. So, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot.
When you say you're like the city influenced your art, one of the things I noticed was you kind of do a lot of collage work, whether or not you mean to or not, creating like a lot of layers with all the different like textures you create with paint, and then you'll like create a face over top of several different textures. It just looks very inspired by like a cityscape to me.
Right, yeah. I like the rough look.
But you know, kind of like the perfect time when to stop. Like every one of your paintings is never. You look at it and you're like, oh, this is just a little too much.
You gotta
like you look
know.
at it and it's just
You
like the
gotta
finest
know.
touch. And
you gotta know. And I feel like, and it's funny because I say you gotta know because I've had a lot of pieces where I feel like it's like, damn, I did too much. Like, damn, maybe if I didn't do that, this would have been so much better. But I already fucked it up now. And you know, a lot of people be looking at me like he doesn't miss. Like Ryan just can't fuck up. He doesn't fuck up. But I promise y'all, like.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens, man.
And when you're a creator and you just look at the same shit over and over and over again, like if you type the word over and over again, you look at the shit over and over again, it starts to look misspelled. So you look at your same work and you're like, damn, this is whack.
This is whack.
And then you post it and then everyone's like, damn, this is the tightest ever. And you're like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll do another one.
Do another one. But it's like, you definitely got to know when to stop, just as an artist, you just got to know, when to branch off or do something else, when to bring in a different audience, you just gotta know.
Yeah, you definitely are really good at branching out, like you said, into the different audiences.
I'm learning, yo.
I'm gonna talk about that more later.
I'm learning. Yeah.
So, who were your influences, I guess, artistically growing up, or maybe not just artistically, but you know how when you're a kid, you have that one person who puts you onto like cool shit, who like gives you the mixtapes, buys like whatever for you, puts you into the store.
It was my dad and my big brother.
Okay,
it was my dad and my big brother.
Those are like the best influences to have because you really want to be like pops and your older brother.
Yo, those were like the top two influences I had as far as my art goes. I had moved to Philly. I believe if I got to put an age on it, maybe it was like 7, and I was moving with my dad and everything like that. And
it's like right when you start to develop
exactly,
memories
so I had just met like my brother at the time, like my stepbrother, but he's my brother. To this day, brother. So I had just met him and everything, and he's older, so he was already into the arts and everything like that. Like he would be around the house and he'd be just drawing in his notepad, graffiti, and stuff like that. And my dad would also be doing the same exact thing. Like them two would be sitting like me and you are, and then you got me just. Watching like, all right, when you're done with that, can I have it and color it in, or can I have it and trace over it type shit? It was just seeing that and seeing them get their shit off. It made me wanna try it, and that's when a lot of my art, when I really first started, like anyone who really knows me since I've been like a kid and really doing this art shit. It was like a lot of it was just graffiti. Like I was just doing a lot of words, a lot of names, it was just a lot of graffiti. And then I just had to eventually, find my lane. Exactly.
Yeah.
Find my art style and still, make it graffiti in a way.
Yeah, you can tell it's deeply graffiti influence, but you're like
influence,
bringing it to a more fine art standpoint,
more exquisite.
That's Speaking of like drawing over your dad's drawings and your brother's drawings, do you follow Cause on Instagram and ever watch him draw shit and then his kids are just like, and people go off in the comments and I'm like, damn, what is your problem, y'all? Like, let the man just live with his children.
That used to be me. I wait, watch him finish a picture of or something.
That's tight.
Cool, I need that.
It's not like now where you could just like take a pic of it and give it to the kid. Like, here's the iPad. Like, you can draw whatever you want. Like, you were really just scribbling all over the shit.
This is so different.
Speaking of like influences when you're a kid, because like the way that like you dress and like your style and everything, like it's definitely unique compared to like a lot of other artists or just people in general. So like where it's funny because like you can't tell from people's Instagram perception like how tall they are, because it's like to try to size someone up for like what they wear. Right. Because I was like, like I wonder what size he is. And then like in some pictures, like I can tell you'll be wearing something that's like thrifted, and it's like, oh, that's a dope tee, but it's an XL. I'm gonna rock it anyway. And then you're like, I wear a medium, and I was like, like, I'm with it. Like,
yeah, man.
So who like kind of put you on to all the wacky shit early on, or like just kind of really made you? Because I feel like when you're a kid, especially when you're starting to develop, or maybe it was different for you, but like when you're drawing and you're making art as a kid, you're doing whatever you want, and then you get older, and then you kind of get like aware of other people's perception. It
doesn't matter, you gotta.
But then someone's like, "Nah, you're fly. Like, keep doing what you do." Who was that person for you, or people, or thing, or art, music, all types of shit? Just what influenced you as a kid?
I can't really.
Sorry, I know that's a deep.
Yeah, it's a deep question because it's like, damn, I don't know, because I tell people to this day, because I do have people that like ask me about my style and stuff like that, like. And it's like, I honestly, and I know this is gonna sound so crazy, yo, but like I wear like, yo, this is gonna sound so crazy. I wear whatever I feel like I can get high and just fall asleep. Like on my day to day,
that's an aesthetic for
like
real,
on my
yeah.
day to day, like on my day to day, you know, my day to day consists of like a lot of creating, a lot of smoking. I'll be
4 or
honest,
5 focused hours,
you know,
and then a
4 or 5
quick power
focused
nap.
hours, maybe power nap, back at it, you know. So it's like something I can just, if I want to, you know, real cozy, wake up. All right, maybe I gotta run to the store real quick. I'm cool, like, you know. I don't know. I just wear what I'm comfortable in. You know, it's whatever I like. I feel like you gotta stop going off what people. You know, you gotta stop caring what people think about what you do or what you wear. I feel like.
And I feel like as soon as you do that, and especially when you get older, you like your work starts to fork, or like whatever you're doing, and you can tell like, oh, that was the time when he really stopped giving a fuck and shit started to go more his way. So it's a really cool parallel. What kind of, just to keep on the tip of like influences, like what kind of, I guess not back then, but like what kind of music and shit are you listening to now?
Oh man,
I know that's another deep question.
I
but
listen
like,
to a lot of DMV artists. Like I used to live in the DMV for a while, a couple years. So I listen to like a lot of DMV artists.
DMV is interesting. I feel like in a
real
parallel toward Philly, because like both places, like it's kind of insider knowledge to be like, oh, Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, all these people are from the same fucking neighborhood, basically.
Yo, I love the DMV. Yo, the DMV just in general, just the culture, just everything out in the DMV, the people. They definitely had some, you know, influence on a lot of the shit I got going on too. You know, so.
No, that's great.
What?
You gonna shout out the homie, your brother?
Oh, I listen to a lot of Keith. Who doesn't listen
Keith?
to Keith?
Yeah, I feel like
who doesn't? Yeah, who doesn't listen
so
to Keith? Yeah, I thought that was just no brainer.
Like common vernacular, but like. Nah,
but if we gotta throw it out there, that's top of the list. Yeah, hell yeah. I've been listening to Keith since like forever. It seems like fucking forever when it was just like 2012, but like. Forever, but
it came out even before that, because this is the 10-year anniversary of Dark Twisted Fantasy, and that was right when they did Don't Like, because it had like the red artwork on the front. It might have been later though. I think you're right. Maybe
it's about the same time.
That,
I know. About 2011 tops. Yeah, I remember walking into school freshman year early in the morning. Keith headphones. Like,
what do you think happened to Young Chop? I know he's still producing, but like, what do you look at your face?
Yo, what? No, seriously, what the fuck was going on with Chop, man?
And he produced Don't Like, and did he produce that Ham record that was on Watch the Throne? Then got they put it on, but that was the first single. Then they were like, oh fuck it, no one's reacting to it. So they
Chop was on some shit.
But then got pulled back.
Yeah, like I don't know. He's been alias and shit. I don't know.
I don't know who produced all those Fetty Wap records, but same shit where it's just like y'all had a really fire summer, and then I don't know what happened after.
Chop went crazy this summer, like just like mental.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He was getting like blackballed. He was saying he was getting like blackballed.
I knew there was something else.
Yeah, it was some shit going on. Chop. I don't know.
I mean, shit like that I feel like happens all the time, but I don't know. There's also, music is so crazy now.
Yeah.
I remember when that NF dude got #1 over Chance last year or whatever, and I was like, who is this motherfucker? Like, and you just look into it and it's like, oh, he just like juked the stats on Billboard and like sold a bunch of $8 t-shirts, but it like equivalates to the album. Like, I don't fucking know.
It's weird.
So back to the art though. When did you start painting shoes? Because I feel like that was probably like your first, I don't want to say divergence in medium, but maybe the first thing you did.
That was really.
Which again ties back into fashion.
Yeah, that was the major turning point for me, because I was always, you know, just doing art and shit like that. But as far as putting it on a medium, sneakers was that for me. Like sneakers would elevated the fuck out of me. Sneakers has me to this day like where I am, or like it's helped me, you know, get to where I am still to this day.
Yeah.
I started doing sneakers when I was 14, and the first pair of shoes I did was some military 4s, some Jordan 4s, some Jordan military blue 4s. And I had a right and left shoe. And I think the left shoe, I was so excited to like paint the shoes. And how I even started painting was because I came across this guy's page on Instagram, and his name was El Cappy. and I followed him and everything, and I was just stalking his page, like shit. I was stalking his fucking page, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like he was like painting Jordans and shit like that, and I'm just scrolling. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like that, I feel like I can do this. Like I want to at least try this. And at the time, I was in Virginia for the summer at my grandparents' house. So um, my granddad, he took me to Hobby Lobby. Took me to Hobby Lobby, got me all these paints, like filled the cart up, got me all these paints, all these brushes,
That's
tape, shit, all the shit I had like researched and was telling him I needed type shit. Like
Yeah.
I need to get this, I need to get that. All
Anytime
right,
kids show like enthusiasm like
you
that,
know,
parents
he
are real
was
quick to drop coin and be
my
like,
grandfather
all right, cool.
is that for me.
That's
Like
dope.
any project I want to start or anything I really want to, put out there. If I need that investment, I know I can call him because it's happened.
That's so
plenty
awesome.
times.
That makes my heart for real
Yeah,
warm.
man, my granddad is my silent investor, man. I owe him a lot, so he's definitely a part of the reason I even go as hard as I do.
That's awesome.
Back
Yeah.
in my mind, he needs a lot from me.
That's a great like influence.
Yeah, man,
inspiration
definitely.
and
No,
like
really,
person you always send stuff to. And, like,
always,
"Oh,
I
look at that."
always send him stuff. Just hey, this is what I dropped recently.
Yeah.
Just keep him up to date.
It's,
But
yeah, looking at your older custom sneakers, I could just tell really early on you were like doing a lot of research for like the materials and how to do proper masking and things like that. Just
shit like that.
Yeah, because like your first things, or maybe you've done really well about like only posting good stuff, but like everything is just A1. You know what I mean? It's like the Hirachis that I can think of off bat, and like all the ones I saw. What year did you do those heat map ones?
You wanna know what's crazy?
Because it's so funny, those dunks now are so poppin', and you did those like 3 or 4 years ago or something.
He had the first pair.
That's so funny.
The first pair I made,
Young
like,
Henny with the heat map
what
ones.
did we make those? Like 2 years ago, maybe. Like it was almost like 2 years.
Last year.
Was it last year?
'Cause I had him on my birthday.
Going on 2 years, I think. Almost
That's
2
tight.
years, yeah. But he got the first pair, and I remember he didn't even want that custom. I don't think he even wanted that custom. I just called him and was like, "Yo, just trust me, like just trust me, like I
kind
gotta
of match anything."
like exactly. You feel me? I'm not gonna steer you wrong. I wouldn't do you like that. Just trust me. You know me. You can come pick him up tomorrow. Boom, we'll do it like that. And he trusted the vision, and the thermal print came to life.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because like and I'm sure you've being a creative, seen the trajectory of like, oh, all the brands doing like the thermal t-shirts and shit that like are activated by heat, and it's like,
and it just makes me not want to do it anymore. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like cool to be that early in on it. You know what I mean?
It really
like,
is,
it's so
though,
dope.
man.
Like,
it really is. But you got it. But at the same time,
it means that you got like a sharp tongue and like a look for this shit, and you're like, damn, like
at
I'm
the
gonna do
same
this.
time, a lot of people, I don't know. A lot of people, I hate saying that. Like I feel like I was the first to do something. I really hate saying that.
Yeah,
I really do. But I swear I be having that feeling, yo. Like I hate to say it. Like I hate to say it. But yo, I really swear I be having that feeling. Like no one would have did this until I did it. Like I don't know.
That's some Max B shit. I love those old Max B
You know,
interviews where he
man.
just says some shit exactly like that, where he's like,
man.
I just look around and I see a bunch of imposters. They just want to be me. I don't understand.
Just don't understand. Seriously.
No, that's again, like I said, that just like reiterates how sharp your eye is, and you know what I mean. And
Definitely.
I mean, not to jump too far ahead, but like we were talking earlier just about how many different mediums you work with, because like you're painting bags now and like doing figures, and I mean, I can't even think of all the things. Ashtrays,
dollar bills, canvases.
Yeah, literal dollar bills, like, and it's not just like a couple dollars here and there. It's like I think it was like $350, $251 or something. It was so funny because I was like, oh damn, like the amount he's charging for this is like pretty good if it's all fives or whatever. And I was like, damn, he's not even really like clearing that much money. This is really for the love on this piece.
No, it's really love, man. A lot of my art is for the love, yo. Like I know the money's coming. It's coming. You see what I mean? So a lot of stuff I do is really just because I want people to have it. You know, I want you to be able to get my art. I want you to be able to say, I got a Rykeise, a righteous piece.
Yeah.
You feel me? I want that for people because I do have those pieces where I know everybody can't have it. You know, so I do like having little shit where it's like I don't even care for the profit. I want to give y'all something. You know, I want to give y'all something.
Yeah, I was curious. I was like questioning whether or not to put the question on the list of I feel like you're one of the younger creatives I know who knows how to price their work really well.
You got to.
And
You got
because
to.
like you said, the stuff that's like in lower price, it's gonna go to sometimes like a higher dollar client who's
Mhm.
gonna buy more stuff in the future. Or,
Mhm.
like it's more for the sweat equity. You're still making money off of
Right,
it regardless. But like some of that bigger stuff, like I saw you just sold your first canvas set for $1,000 this year. Congratulations! That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, yo, that shit was crazy. I was laying down and I live in Vegas, I live in Vegas and everything. So like I had like a Fat Tuesday the night before. So I was went to bed a little hit, you know. So when I woke up, like I was looking for my glasses and shit. Like you feel me? I was lost this shit trying to find my glasses. I'm like, all right, fuck the glasses. Fuck the glasses. Let me just look for my phone. At least phone. Grab the phone, and then I see like 2 notifications, like eBay and then my email, like side by side. I'm like, oh, is this what I think it is? Like
At first, I'll grog you like, oh, someone sent me off.
yeah, I'm like, they probably just, I'm like, you know, it's
might
probably,
just shut it off and roll back over for a
probably
minute.
just a message, you know, maybe they don't even got nothing to do with each other. And I opened it and it was like, your item just sold for 1,000 and get ready to send it off. What?
Damn.
Wow. Okay. Like, all right.
That's a nice feeling knowing like a couple bills are paid this month off tip, like something especially you did and you're proud of. Like you wouldn't put a price tag on something like that unless you're really proud of. So it's like the whole reciprocal, like, damn, someone really felt like this was worth it.
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling. And to this day, it's been a great feeling. Like I know as an artist, you know, I can get more. But that moment, you feel me, just that accomplishment, that was good for me.
Yeah, that's
I really
awesome.
needed that, man.
And like you said, it's something that you mentally thought about earlier this year, and it wasn't something you just necessarily like.
Yo, I swear, yo, I was searching my Twitter, like deep searching my Twitter for like 2 weeks after the shit happened, just trying to find the tweet where I said I was gonna sell a canvas for like 1,000. Like I swear I tweeted in like February or sometime. Like I swear I tweeted.
But you couldn't find it.
I couldn't find. Like I was searching my shit up. And I'm like,
thing.
I was searching every keyword, canvas, 1,000, like everything. Nothing came up. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Are you watching the camera here? Just making sure the red light's still doing stuff. Yeah, that was wild when I saw you post that, because just seeing like the different prices for your work and stuff.
Man,
but
it was a good feeling.
Yeah, it's so. Going back to the different mediums you work with, I mean, I think that probably started before you went to school, your little tenure at school, or what do you think about that? Like, give me the lineage of that. What after sneakers? Where did you go?
After sneakers, it was kind of bags.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
But like not the Telfar stuff off
No,
top,
not even the Telfar stuff. Like I was painting Gucci's and LV bags and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw the one LV duffel you painted and I was like, word, okay. And like I was explaining to my friend Brandon, I was like, I think he might be the first dude to be painting Telfar bags.
LV duffel. Yeah, the Telfar. Nah, I'll be honest. I will be completely honest. I was not the first person to paint the Telfar bag. I was not. Whoever's watching this, listen, I said it. I said it. I was not the first person to paint that Telfar bag.
To paint that Telfar bag. But
I might be the best at it. I might be the best.
I've never seen any other ones, so I guess I would put you up there as the best right now.
Come to Rykeise. Yeah.
But it's interesting, like the different, because you painted an LV bag, and I'm sure you're aware of the history of all the different luxury people and how they get bags painted and stuff. So it's like cool, like you're a black artist, you're painting a black bags brand, and it's their most famous product right now.
Right, it's the bags, right.
Like the way you incorporate the art into it, like really plays off of it's debossing, right? When it's pushed out, not embossing, it's pushed in, debossed into the bag, and like it's just crazy. And like like you said, you do a lot of graffiti stuff with it too, but then you straight up do like some like really art. Clean stuff, and it's just like it's another level. So where did you kind of get the idea for that, or was it Telfar bags off top? You said.
Okay, so it all started. The first Telfar bag I did belong to one of my friends. His name is Ish, and it's funny because the Louis V bag I did, the Louis duffel, that belonged to Ish as well. And it was so crazy. Like we dropped the Louis duffel and like a year went by, like a complete year. like, because we dated it on Twitter and everything. A complete year went by, and like 2-3 days later, after the year, he hits me again and was like, "Yeah, I got a Telfar bag for you." And I was like, "All right, send it over." And I just freestyled, and after that, it was
Which one was the first one you did?
the black koi fish one,
Okay.
and that's his bag.
Which is a crazy one to do
That's the
off
one.
rip.
That's
It's
the
not
one I
just
got
a
like the
simple hit in the
most.
corner or something.
That's the one I got like the most
traction off
traction
of,
to this day. That's the biggest one.
Like they're all really good.
Yeah, they're all
like,
really good. But I
yeah.
just feel like that one being the first, it got
Yeah.
the most. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, did you have to learn much about painting on the material? Or like,
No. No, I didn't at all.
because I guess you had worked on the Louis Duffel before, so
and
leather
Air
and sneakers. So
sneakers
it's
is
kinda,
all leather. Long as I can strip, you feel me? Strip the leather first, that paint is gonna stick. And I just know that, so I know I know what I'm doing.
It's crazy.
It's pretty easy.
Have you messed up any bags so far?
Oh man, yo, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? I had a bag one time, yo, and I posted it on Twitter and everything because I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't believe I fucked it up. Like I in the back of my mind when it happened, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to buy this woman a whole new bag.
That's what I was gonna say. People put the deposit down.
I'm
get the
like,
bag,
yo,
right?
I'm gonna have to get her a whole new bag. Oh my god!
And
like,
you don't know the dude who owns Telfar.
No, I'm like, I don't know when they're gonna drop it. I don't know when they're gonna drop this bag
This
and this color.
this
I gotta
yeah.
search for this. Oh my god! So it had happened. Like I did the bag. The bag was complete. Listen, like the bag was complete. It was beautiful, and I had noticed like the little tag they have. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't sign the tag. Like, all right, cleaned up everything. I'm like, I cleaned up everything. Yo, cleaned up, put everything away. I'm like, sprayed the bag off, finisher. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't sign the tag. And I sat down and I grabbed one of my markers. And as soon as I popped the cap off, black marker, it was just like,
thing, just
it was like,
damn.
and I just, like, I really just stopped, like, heart just, and I slowly just, I put the top on. I just put the top on, set the marker down. And I just set the bag down to the side, and I was just like, yo, I probably was sitting there for like 10 minutes, just deep breaths for like 10 minutes, yo. And then I found like the closest thing to me. And I don't even want to say what it is, because it's so sad, yo. It's so sad. You know Vincent, right? Vincent made me a gun. And the gun was about this big. It was a big gun. It was for my home and everything, I love the gun. And it was the closest thing to me at the time, and I was so pissed off. I took the gun, and I just smashed it up against the wall.
Oh, no.
Like, I splintered. Vincent, I'm ready for a new gun. Vincent, I'm ready for a new gun. I didn't even want to say nothing. I was so hurt because literally after I did that, I went in the house and it took me all of like 5-10 minutes to fix the bag. Like,
didn't even really. Damn.
Took me all of 5 minutes, like,
That
to wipe the
sucks.
paint off of it, fixed it, like,
Because leather ain't that porous.
It
Like,
wasn't.
it's pretty. You can get the paint off
acetone,
eventually,
just
yeah.
stripped it off real quick, and then I was just sitting there looking like.
At least you only took one L though. It's not.
You gotta
live
I
and
could
learn
have
a
took
little
two,
bit,
could have lost
right,
the gun and the bag,
Yeah.
So.
Breaking the gun, you probably wouldn't. Fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna try whatever, and it worked.
Yeah, I was calmed down after that.
That's funny. So. We all take L's though. It's your choice whether or not you make them
Yeah,
lowercase
so that's why a lot of people
or
don't know,
or
like,
capital.
I be missing, like, I almost missed like shit. Like, I almost missed like shit, but I bounced back.
And then every time you open a marker now, you're probably like 4
Oh,
feet
what,
away from
yo?
that bitch,
What,
making
yo?
sure,
I open
yeah.
markers over the trash can. Like, I open a marker with a rag around it or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm very
Just to be
cautious.
extra.
What? Yeah, I'm
extra
super
safe.
cautious with the markers now. Like, I flew with those markers in my suitcase out here, and I like wrapped them in saran wrap just because, like, I
It's mad
don't
funny.
even want the top to come off of them. I don't trust the markers.
So when did you do the first bag you were saying? It wasn't a Telfar bag,
It was
but
it was
the Louis bag. What year was that?
it was maybe August of like 2018.
Okay.
In like August 2018, and then or maybe it had to be like 2018, 2019 maybe, and then this year I did the Telfar about August, same
Word.
time. Yeah.
Were you
yeah.
still in school then, or when were
No,
you?
I
Okay.
went to school 2015 at Morgan State, and I went for a semester.
Oh, just a semester. Word. That's tight though. So when did you kind of decide that you were over school? Because you went to school at Morgan, which is in Maryland,
Yeah,
right?
Maryland,
Okay.
Baltimore. Yeah.
In Baltimore, yeah. Which is a cool, creative city. Like I know a lot of people
I
who.
met a lot of creatives
Yeah.
just out there, you know. So that's like part of the reason I even had to leave. Like I was just more in the mix, like just more in the mix more than like into my school shit.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times I would need to be in class and I'd be in my dorm painting or some shit like that, Like,
Yeah. Especially if you have any outlet to actually make
like,
money.
it was more of
like-
I was looking at college more of a networking thing, and I don't know, I was just young.
Which is what they don't teach you to use it as when
You
you're younger.
know?
They're like, oh,
Shit.
you gotta go get your education. Yeah.
What? I wouldn't make connections.
Right.
I was doing a lot of shit out.
Which is what they should say. Like, even if you don't love what you're going for, just think of it as a stepping stone. That is going to be a network. Yeah. Like, I don't like I didn't go to school at all, and I don't encourage everyone to.
Right.
But it's
not
like
for everyone.
Yeah, the people that do, I'm like, use it wisely.
Exactly,
like, don't
yeah.
even if you don't like what you do.
You're gonna end up in fucking debt, or if you're gonna do all that shit, make it count.
Yeah, make it count.
Make it count.
So, did you start selling art to your friends, or like, did you start getting like online sales or like commissions for sneakers?
I had a website at the time,
Okay.
like in college, because I had a website the summer before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, soon as I dropped out of high school. God damn. As soon as I graduated high school, I
opposite.
yeah. So there we go. As soon as I graduated high school, I had dropped a website. I actually dropped my website during prom. Like when I was in prom, I dropped the website.
That's
like
mad funny.
Yeah, I opened the link up to the site. Like I was in prom getting orders and shit like that. Yeah.
That's a tight feeling when you're doing something tight and you're getting
then,
orders.
Yo, you won't even believe it. I got a mention in prom, like on prom night. I got a mention on Twitter from Zendaya, like telling me she wanted some shoes, but I ran out of prom.
Damn.
I ran out
crazy,
of prom.
yeah.
Yo. Like I was showing them. Like, look, bro. Like,
Were you there with a chick or like?
Oh yeah, I was there. I had a prom date and everything. She's cool.
She cool. That just would have been bad funny if she caught feelings like, what? You talk about Zendaya? I'm right here, bye.
Yo, I was fucking geeked. I was showing everybody. I'm like, bro,
That's tight as hell, yeah.
It was like more reason to be like, yeah, let
that's
me
a
drop
huge
the
hit of
website.
dopamine,
Yeah.
like damn. And it's very rare that kids like that age are really doing shit that people are recognizing. Yeah.
Recognizing, like really
That's so
recognizing. Yo,
and
so
she's huge. Like even in 2014, 2015, she's massive.
It was crazy. Like, and I was still in high school and shit. So I'm like showing my friends and shit, like, bro, it's Zendaya, da da da. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at it. Everyone like in prom was like retweeting it and shit like that. Like, bro, that's tough. That's.
And she's got taste, so it's like it's all reciprocal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
like
all reciprocal,
it's so tight.
Let's figure out her size.
How many other celebrities have mentioned or added you? Or...
We had Kalani,
Damn.
we had Caesar, we had Zizza.
I used to say the same shit.
Thanks.
Thanks.
No, Scissor, Kalani, Zendaya, and my all-time favorite to this day. Like to this day, I don't care who tells me to link with them. I don't care who tells me to link with them. This link up was supposed to be the link up to this day. I had Fredo Santana reach out to me and tell me to pull up with some shoes and pull up on him with some shoes. And when he told me, I was in Virginia Beach at the time, and he was way out in Cali type shit. And I was, young. Like I was young, and I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck do I get to Cali? Like, bro, I need to be there like tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
I need to go drop these shoes to Fredo. Like, yeah, that was probably the biggest.
That's sick.
Star that reached out to me. Like that was even the most meaningful star that reached out to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you moved. I'm assuming you lived down in Baltimore and go to Morgan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Did you immediately after dropping out move to Vegas, or like what was kind of the deciding factor to go out there?
Right, I've been everywhere. I have been everywhere. I dropped out in 2015, and I moved to Vegas just this year. So I've been like everywhere between the last like 5. But Vegas was like a double decision between me and someone else, and we went out there. When did we go? Beginning of March, I think, or beginning of March we had went and made that decision together and we went out there. Yeah, I love it. Vegas. I be feeling like Vegas, like I'm prospering out there. I feel like it makes me feel like I should have been there. Like I should have been in Vegas.
The cost of living is like a hair lower than here, right? It's not significantly
It's not
higher,
significantly
or significantly lower,
but it's lower.
yeah, it
You
is.
know,
Yeah,
so
I lived in Phoenix for a long time, so like
word,
I
how
grew
was
up
that?
in Delaware. It wasn't bad, but it was a desert, so it's hot as hell,
Hot as
and like yeah. You first move out that bitch and you're like, oh, it'll probably be okay. There's no humidity. And then you're like, it's 110 degrees. Like, I don't even care about humidity right now.
Bro.
I can't wear anything with a fucking plastisol screen print on the front of it. Or it's
I
gonna
would
stick to it.
literally, like, we moved out there in March. So that was like the spring, like right before the summer. I've never even been to Vegas until I moved out there. So I had no idea what that was like. Yo. Like, I had no idea what that was. Yeah.
You're good. Mike's not going to pick that up. You're straight.
Like I was asleep.
But yeah, yo, like I love Vegas, man. I just love Vegas.
Yeah, the West Coast, like they have a more creative mentality mindset where it's
it's crazy.
just it feels like everyone out there does some shit like that. And on the East Coast, it's like when you're a kid, people like really link up quick, and it's like, oh, you're into drawing, you're into music, you're into this. Like,
I
cool.
know way more East Coast creatives. Like I've just
that relocate out.
I don't know any West Coast creatives.
Oh, really?
Like that's what I was saying. Like, bro, I haven't like worked with anyone.
Damn, that's
West,
crazy.
bro. And I've been out there since March. I'm out here working. Like I'm back east.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
You see what I mean?
Most
like,
of your followers are from here.
Here anyway. So it's like
that's so interesting.
I like coming out here to work sometimes. Like I'll literally just be in Vegas and I'm like, I can go catch a few projects back home. See a few faces, catch a few projects. Why not?
Yeah, see family,
make
money,
and I'll just go back home. Like I didn't.
And it's a write-off end of the day. Like,
end of the day, like I come out here, make what I spend, and I go back home with a little extra. You know,
at the end of the year, you file it. Yeah,
it's a good feeling. So.
Did you immediately kind of start hustling your artwork like as soon as you dropped out, or was there kind of like a path to figuring that out?
No,
because like you said, you had kind of probably started selling stuff before.
Yeah, I was selling shit in high school, so it was like now it's time to put this shit in the overdrive. Like I'm dropped out. I'm dropped out, and people's gonna look at me like, all right, you dropped out to do
what you doing? Yeah.
You see what I mean? You're dropped out to do what? What the fuck are you about to do? So I had to do a lot of shit. Make shit shake.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still feel like I'm making shit shake since my dropout.
Oh yeah, your output is crazy. Like it's on.
Yeah, it'd be so crazy because people will literally hit my phone, and not even hit my phone, or just like hit me on social media and just get in contact with me and be like, "Yo, I remember when you was like just started, I remember when you dropped out. I remember when you just started doing this shit, and just to see your progress and all this shit today is so crazy." And it's just like, wow, I didn't even know you was paying attention all these years. You know what I mean? Like
people really think that shit is like impossible. They're like,
crazy.
how do you do this? And it's like it's not easy, but like
it's not easy, but it's also not
I'm
impossible.
made for this. Like there's a reason I'm
here. You gotta have it in you. You gotta be in you. You gotta have it in you. So,
yeah, and once you're a kid and you start getting that recognition, it feels really good having people buy stuff that you make, and then you see them wear it or like hang it in their home or whatever it be, and you're like, damn, like I did that. Like and they want to rock it. You know what I mean?
I was literally like a canvas I did. I was like on Instagram and I was just on the Explore page, and it was like this viral video. It was at like 100,000 views, and it was of this dance, like this group of people that was dancing in the living room, and then right in the background, like I just paying attention, and right in the background, it was like one of my paintings. Just like, wait a minute, like, oh shit, like. How did they get that? Like, when did they, like, what? It was so crazy. Like, a lot of my art's been, like, passed around, and I don't know.
That's super dope. Yeah. Did you, when you were in school, kind of notice, like, I'm already doing what I'm going to basically be going to school for in, like, a way, you know what I mean? And you see more established brands not even doing half of what you're doing, or, like, the aesthetic that you built, and you're like, my shit already looks better than these brands that have hundreds of thousands of followers.
I have
an
aesthetic, I have a style, I have, and it works for me. So,
And fine art is like, it's a world where it's not all about like just purely numbers, or like it's more about your taste and what you're doing, and the projects that you take on, and like the fact that you're painting on this medium that's like such a bubbling brand, and like so every
Exactly, or
time you
just the
post
fa-
one, it's climbing the
You
algorithm,
know,
and
like
like
just with the $100 bills, it's like you're painting money to frame. It's like you gotta have like a certain style or a certain taste for that type of for that type of shit anyway. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad I can be that artist to a lot of people.
I forget if you said whether or not or what you went to school for. You studied fashion merchandising, right?
No.
Or
I went to school for
maybe ultimately you were trying to study that. Okay.
business administration.
Oh, okay.
And I was had a minor in
Minor
art.
in art.
and
Okay.
And I just felt like, I got the art down pat. Like anything art wise they can teach me is probably like the artist over the years, shit like that.
Art
But,
history.
art history.
Shit you don't have to pay for.
Shit,
Yeah.
I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. And then it was like I really just wanted to go for the business side of it, but to try to just learn. I was young, I wanted to learn the business side of all this shit. But I don't know, I felt like I could, I could learn it on my own.
Yeah.
Do my own thing. So I'm still learning it, But,
And especially when you're young, it's not as intimidating to grow with it. You know what I mean? If you would have went in school and stayed and stuck it out, like you might not have felt as comfortable just being like, all right, let me take this plunge. Like, oh, I'm gonna go be a graphic designer at this place for a couple years, and then you're like, oh damn, like you're losing track of the dream. So that's dope. Let me look at the questions and see where to go. Nice.
Yeah, man.
So, what are your favorite like fashion brands? I guess I know that it seems like you probably thrift a decent amount at least, or like buy more vintage stuff, which I know isn't exactly.
I am really like, everyone loves my style, but I'm really not like a name brand kind of dude. Like most name brand I'll do is like my shoes. Like that's probably like most name brand I'll do, but I really don't do like the name. I don't know, like.
Shoes, you can kind of justify the cost for name brand stuff. Clothes starts to get a bit outrageous, where it's like how much it costs to make this, and you're like, do I really need to pay $3 for this Gucci tee when I know it costs $6 to make?
Like, why? Why do I need to do that? For what? To put it on for who? Like,
yeah, I get more likes when I paint a bag and then sell it.
I can put a white tee on and get likes. What the fuck?
It's interesting how artists kind of develop to that point.
Yo, really? Yo, it's like, yo, people are they're following me and they're just fucking with me because they want to see my world, so they're not gonna come into this shit and judge it and they like what's going on. So
I hate using the term lifestyle because I feel like it's so cliche and like a buzzword that you have in a board meeting, but I feel like that's kind of what your art is in a way, and like the way that you are branching out to do more home good stuff, and like you're just working with all these mediums. It's really like it's it's building its own language and lifestyle, and like
its own lifestyle. It's like I've learned, like the older I'm learning, yo. It's not even it's not even about. I don't think it's even about what I paint on nowadays. I really think people just want the art. They just want the art on something. Like it doesn't matter what it is anymore. They just want the art, and that is like low key blowing my mind. I can't like it's really be like, damn, like you want me to paint on this, or like you want me to
people just hit you up like I'm PayPal ready for whatever.
For
just
whatever.
Like, send me some pics of some shit already.
Yo,
and you're
I
like,
get
all right,
commissions
cool.
like the commissions I get now are not my regular commissions. Like they're not. I get like I got someone hit me up for like a dining room table set.
That's tight.
I do like skateboard decks. I got like my barber back in Vegas just hit me and told me he needs me to come like when I fly back home to come and paint his new suite and everything like that. Like
that's rad.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of bigger, different commissions now. Like I honestly can't even. I think I painted a pair of Air Force Ones maybe like a week ago, and that was like the first pair I painted in maybe like a month or so, just because I've been working with so much.
Which isn't even that big of a gap because in the last month you've posted so many other projects.
Much shit, and that's another thing I wanted to get into. It's like I be feeling like I gotta post, I gotta drop a lot of different shit. People be expecting that from me, and it's like a lot of people, a lot of artists there. I don't know. They're scared to branch off, or they're scared to take that risk. And you got to, you gotta take that risk.
Yeah, you were doing it before the commissions, but it's really cool now that you're getting paid to like kind of flex your art muscle and be like, all right, like I'm gonna learn how to paint on this, and like You know what I
Exactly.
mean? For this one client, and
flex
then
my
take a
art
picture of
muscle,
it, and then
yo.
someone's like, "Damn, that looks tight. Can you come
Mhm.
paint our restaurant? Can you come paint our
Right.
tables, whatever?"
Right.
And
And it's like, yeah.
it's
Like,
so interesting to watch because like our generation of creatives and like maybe a little bit in the generation before are the first people to like off that start just instantly merchandising because it's
right.
like for so many years it's I think artists focused on being in a gallery or the traditional way to ascend, and now it's like people want the art, so you're like, oh,
Right.
I'm just gonna make t-shirts or whatever, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do
Right.
that, and
Something.
the
Just something.
merchandising of it
Right.
is
The
that's where
merch.
your business mindset comes into it, but like it also develops you as an artist as
Right.
well, so
Right. Right.
it's super interesting.
It's fun. It's fun.
So when we talked earlier about you have like an amazing eye for knowing when to stop your collage work, or you probably don't look at it as a collage, and
Right.
I won't
Right.
use
Right.
that word anymore, but just like the medley of all the things that you
Mhm.
combined. Like how did you kind of develop that? Or because as a kid, I mean, you go through phases where you're like, you want to go max to the max and like
Right.
wear something with big ass logos on it. And then you get older and you're like, oh, cool, I'm down with like a pocket
Yeah.
hit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's like a happy medium between the two. So
Um.
is that influenced by like other artists or just the more you work or the city again or?
It's definitely one artist in particular who's like inspired the fuck out of my style, and like he really inspired my style. His name is From Virginia Ben, and the way his like the art is, yo, it's like abstract elegance. Like I don't, it's like abstract, which is wild, but it's so neat and like sharp at the same time. Like it's just so clean, and it's just like that's the style I wanted to go for. Like that's the style. If I answered your question right.
No, that's totally, yeah,
Okay, if
that's
I
tight.
answered your
Yeah.
question right.
So he kind of like has
He
a
like
really
yeah,
good
he
eye
has
for when
a
to stop.
really like
But
good eye. Like it just seemed like nothing he did was ever too much. You know, like
Mhm.
everything was just like that's perfect. Like he would have some like he would do like little dots, and I'm like, damn, that's just the right amount of
Just a
dots.
touch.
You know, you see what I mean? It was like I need to master that, and it seemed like it was like his signature look. The way he like his style was his signature look, and it's like that's what I need as an artist. I need that signature look where I can put it on everything, kind of switch it up a little bit, but you know it's me, and the people are gonna love it. And I feel like it's kind of my style. Like everything I really do, like I don't know, it's kind of it's like real. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Like it's really hard to explain. Like,
what you would consider your
yeah,
art,
yo, like it's right on the tip of my tongue, but like it'll come to me. Like
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of
yo
post contemporary, modern,
Yeah.
street, fine. I've always thought about doing particular videos about certain subjects, and a lot of it revolves around street art and
Mhm.
older street artists, and it's like, but a lot of those dudes are in galleries now. So
Right.
are they fine artists? Are they street artists? Like, where do these lines blend? Like, if a skateboarder's in Vogue or in GQ, like skateboarding, and they're just taking a picture of him, like, is he now modeling when he
Modeling?
skates all the time? Or like, where is the line drawn? It's cool that,
That
it all
makes sense. I get
blends
right,
in,
right.
but like, you know, when we were younger, I feel like there is a lot more separation, and then
Mhm.
you know, dudes like Kanye come around or other big artists that are just like, you can kind of do whatever you want, guys. It doesn't really matter, and you're
Right.
like, oh, cool. All right. So
Yeah.
people now are comfortable with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
off tip,
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna not paint on the canvas. I'm gonna paint on the bag, and
Right.
it's very
You know?
interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've been to LA now since living in Las Vegas, or not?
You know what's crazy? I literally have not been to LA.
No. Damn, you should go, man.
I am
Cali's sick.
bullshitting that, yo. I don't know why I'm bullshitting.
How
that,
far is it from?
It's
Las
I can
Vegas?
drive there.
Is it like 3 hours? Or is
Something
it
like
4
that.
hours?
Like 3-4 hours. So
Yeah.
I know I hop on a plane. It's probably like 20 minutes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like
And it'd be $50 flight.
you see
or
what I
something,
mean?
yeah.
And I don't know why.
And the rooms are like this one.
I
Where
don't
it's
know
nice
why
as hell,
I be
cheap as
bullshitting.
hell.
I be bullshitting. Like I be bullshitting.
Nah, you're all right. It's
Like I've been out there. I don't know. Plus all this COVID shit and all this lockdown shit. It's like
right.
man,
You can't do anything.
go
right
out
now,
there
right?
and do what? Like go
Right.
buy weed. I can do that in Vegas.
Yeah, and it's
You know?
fire just as much there.
Exactly.
As it is in
Exactly.
Cali. Yeah, but you gotta get out there just for the network sake.
Oh yeah,
and, you know
definitely.
what I mean?
I really, really, really want to get out there.
So what was your reason for moving out to Vegas then? Just cause?
Just personal reason, like my own reasons. I felt like Vegas was just me personally, the type of person I am. I like being ducked off. I like being in the cut. Like y'all, you're at this hotel. You've seen this hotel is pretty in the cut.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I like being in the cut. Like I just like being to myself, and I felt like Vegas was I could be to myself out there. It's the desert. Can't nobody just come in. Right. Can't no one just do that.
Yeah, it's literally out.
Can't nobody just ride about to pull up on you. No, you're not.
You gotta fly in this place.
No, you're not. Like,
and if you come out here, you're from the East Coast, and your blood ain't built for this.
Like you're sick. You're gonna be sick. Then you still gotta find me out here in this desert. You gotta find me. Like, and then I just feel like we go to these nice ass places, with the palm trees and the nice hotels and all the attractions and stuff. To vacation, and then we'll enjoy ourselves, get on a plane, and come right back home, and it's like it's gone. It's a mirage.
Yeah.
It's like a mirage. It's like why can't we go and enjoy that? You see what I mean?
Yes.
Why can't we wake up to palm trees every day? Wake up to hot, sunny ass weather every day. Wake up to walk and do these attractions every day. Why not? Like,
it really does change your mindset when you get more of that vitamin D from the sun. And you're just
really, and it's like I've been prospering out Vegas. Like I've been prospering like shit, Like I have no complaints about Vegas, but except for it being just too hot. Like I have no complaints about.
You got
Vegas.
air conditioning, so it's like
you
just gotta dress for this shit. Like all you can wear is nylon shorts in the summer.
That's cool with me. Like that's cool with me. That's cool. With
I can
me.
try fit it out for the whole summer. It's
the whole
fine.
summer. It'd be perfectly fine.
So are you selling to more people still back east in Vegas, or as far as your customer base,
it's funny because
that is so interesting to me.
A lot of my fan base, or I don't even want to call it fan base. I don't even want to say that. A lot of my supporters and clientele are East Coast based, and it's pretty much just because I've been East Coast based all this time. So, like a lot of my orders come from people who are back east. So it makes sense. But I'm trying to find that West Coast market. Like I said, I haven't really found too many other creatives out west. I haven't really linked with too many people or worked with too many people out there. Versus when I come here and soon as I get off the plane, it's 5-10 people calling me ready to, link and work. It's different. So
I feel like because the West Coast is so oversaturated with that type of shit, it's easier to make it as a creative out there. People are more disingenuous, or you realize real quick. Maybe it's just subconscious to you right now, but it's damn, this dude really he's into art, but he's not into art like I am. He hasn't been doing the shit for 12, 13 years and grew up on it and has a story like this. But also, I mean, moving to Vegas, to be off the map on the East Coast ain't like being off the map on the West Coast. You can't just move to Alexandria and you're off the map because ain't shit to do out there.
That ass.
So you're in Vegas and it is off the map, but it's still lit out there.
On the fucking map.
I
just be on Instagram, and it was just random follower, and I'm like, that looks like the fucking Bellagio. That looks like the Strip. Wait a minute, and this random followers will be in Vegas and shit like that. And it's, I don't know, it'd be crazy for real. Because I've had people hit my phone yo, I'm in Vegas. Can I come through and pick some work up? Can I come with a T-shirt, a hat, It's I'm becoming a tourist location, a tourist stop.
That's a good idea, yeah. Kind of create it harps on the lifestyle shit again, where people come out and have an experience with you. Almost.
It's a lot of people that I've had just come through, just come through, smoke a blunt with me, see the art, and they'll be like, wow, this is it in person, this is wow.
And who doesn't want to come chill in Vegas? And then they're with someone who they really idolize in Vegas.
I it'd be cool for real,
It's so tight, yeah. I've noticed you do a pretty distinct variance of graffiti style between cleaner stuff that is really readable and then other stuff that's a little more stylized and more you. Was that something you did on purpose?
Yeah.
Was that
that's another you gotta know when to stop. You gotta know when to use what you got,
Yeah. So, you paint on so many mediums, you have a lot of opportunities.
If I got different fonts, why not get them all out? Why not express them all, So that's how I go.
Yeah, and they're so different, but like at the same time, still aesthetically in the same vein.
In the same
where
way, you got
yeah,
it.
it's really interesting and like how developed your style is for like
Yeah,
how young you are.
and
You know what I mean?
I'm still developing this shit, man.
Yeah.
So I'm still developing.
But good artists do that, where it's like they're
Right.
constantly creating different work,
Mhm.
and I mean, even like that's why when they look at like Da Vinci's notebooks and shit, it's like he
Mhm.
was an industrial designer as well as like a fine painter and like
Mhm.
pyro music we don't know about and shit. You know what I mean? Where it's just creators now are on the same kind of Renaissance vibe,
Right.
where it's like you really got to be multi-talented because like some other shit might take, you don't know
Mhm.
what of your stuff like you're already doing like great and the momentum's rolling, but what of these projects is
Right.
gonna like take you to that
Right.
next level, and you just got to be
Gotta be
ready for it.
Gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Gotta be ready.
So when do you think you're gonna get the Telfar hookup? When do you think you're gonna? I feel like it's one of those things you're probably 1 or 2 degrees of separation from it right now, but you're trying to be careful. Like you don't want to reach out to anyone too early. Like,
Yeah, like
it'll be the right time. He'll see it and then be
Yeah,
like, "Yo, let me
and
send you a couple bags."
they've
Like,
already seen my work and stuff like that, which lets me, and that's a good feeling too. Like, because I'll be honest, like even though like I love Telfar, I love Telfar the brand, I love the bag, I love the t-shirts, everything they got going on. I fully support everything they got going on, which is why I work with the bags the way I do, because I just like working with them. They help me express myself, So it's damn, what the fuck was I about to say? I just had like a whole.
just about the Telfar bags and like maybe you were gonna try to work with other bags.
Oh, but yeah,
other-
with the Telfar shit, it's like I know they've seen like my stuff because like on Instagram, like they'll like every bag I posted, they've liked it on Instagram.
Yeah, they're really good about
they're really
user-generated content
they're
and
really
fucking with it, yeah.
user friendly. So they'll like show love and show support and shit like that. But it's like I also know they have their own shit going on,
yeah.
So it's like I don't be pressed like damn they better hit my phone this time.
No,
It's like.
You got your own thing going on.
I got my own thing going
yeah.
too. When it's time, it's time, And however that situation plays out, it'll play out. But,
It's interesting too, them being like more of an East Coast brand. And now you're like
Right.
living on the West Coast, and it's like it always comes back. I feel like when I moved to the West Coast, the same shit would happen. Where it's like, I meet a girl out here, you get like another job offer or something. You're like, damn, I should have been out there to do this. But when you're out here, it doesn't hit the same way or whatever.
Tiny.
What was your favorite Hood cartoon T-shirt as a kid? Do you remember those, like the SpongeBob with like the blaxploitation robes and shit?
It was SpongeBob. I had a
SpongeBob
one, and I had like posted a picture of like a similar one the other day during the Gucci Man versus. I had posted one, and it's pretty much like SpongeBob, and he just had like a black bandana on. He was on a white tee, had a black T-shirt on, blue jeans, Timberland. His hand like this, you feel me? Microphone and shit. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to all these artists now, because it's like
crazy. I'm gonna bring that shit back.
I'm surprised no one has tapped that yet, because like Iceberg and stuff is kind of.
Let's just cut that right there. Let's just cut that right there.
Trying to think if there's anything else to ask you. All right. How are we still rolling, Brandon? You're good. All right. Is there anything else you want to cover? I have like 1 or 2 more questions. Well, before I ask those, because those are kind of like more wrap up questions or whatever.
Let me think. What can I say? Let me just, I guess, some artist to artist stuff. I guess some artist to artist stuff. I get a lot of artists that'll hit my phone on like scared to. No, I don't even want to say scared, but like not really wanting to put out their stuff just due to the fact they don't know if people will like it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that, or just I get a lot of that, and it's like, how are you so confident putting your stuff out? Everyone always likes what you do. Everyone, you always get great feedback, blah blah blah, and it's like, it was not always like this. Like, it was not always like this. I've definitely had projects where I felt like it was good and I put out and I didn't get the feedback, I felt I deserved, or, people didn't fuck with it the way I thought they would, I had the negative comments, it wasn't, I had those moments. So it's like, I also had let that type of shit, like slow me back, like, stop me. 'Cause it's like, damn, I don't, it's discouraging. You see what
It's
I
not
mean?
easy to overcome.
It's not easy, you know. It's like I'm gonna put out my best, or I'm gonna put out some shit I like, and then people gonna get on my ass for it. It was also like making me lose like the clientele that I did have, because I wasn't, I wasn't dropping anything. I wasn't really putting anything out for clients to, purchase.
Yeah.
And it was like I wasn't doing that because I was afraid that, people wasn't gonna fuck with what I had going on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, and specifically I'm speaking on, is like 2018, because that year in general was probably like my worst art year. Like flat out 2018 was maybe like my worst art year. I don't think I put out like anything, like any projects at all, like none, yo. It was like a really low year for me. And after that year, it was just like, yo, I can't go back to that,
Right.
I can't go back to that. If this art shit is what I want to do, I gotta go full throttle with this shit. Like I gotta put this shit out, because someone is gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna fuck with it. Someone's gonna spend that money, and that's enough motivation for me to want to put out more. I don't care if I gotta keep selling shit to this one motherfucker. You feel me? It's allowing me to get my shit off, get my ideas out. So it's like, I feel like just artist to artist, you just gotta put out what you like. You have to drop what you like, because you feel me? Someone's gonna like it. Someone's gonna like it. If you hold back, just scared of what can happen, you just won't know. You just will never know, yo. Like that's the main question I really get on a day-to-day, like really a day-to-day, besides just regular inquiries type stuff. I get a lot of just artists that reach out to me just needing advice. Yeah, wake bro the fuck up.
You're good.
Bro, we about to lock you in the bathroom.
You're good.
I think I got where the fuck is it?
COVID.
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 Tried it. Narcolepsy, dog. I'm feeling myself fall asleep.
The way you're laying, it's like cutting the circulation off to your brain. Making us scared. Where he has nice ass room to fuck.
It's like I'm falling asleep for 2 seconds, dog.
You think it's 2 seconds? That's the thing. You think it's 2 seconds, bro. You was knocking like 20 minutes.
No.
I swear.
This message is still typing.
No, that's your fault. Burn.
But like you're saying, it's really crucial to start your own wave, because you see so many artists that play off that like reactive marketing tip where it's like,
they'll see
oh,
something.
COVID's hard, I'm gonna make a mask type
Mask
thing
type
or whatever,
thing,
and then
or
you're
I'm
like, why?
yeah,
That's not you. Like, why would you do that?
do that.
Right?
Shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't hate. People will definitely try to hop on what's hot, and will think, if they do something in what's hot, it'll sell. They can run off with it that way.
Right.
And it don't be working like that for
Yeah,
everybody.
it's so
yo.
disingenuous.
It's so
like,
disingenuous.
And then
yo.
once you get a couple of those and you realize like the turnover rate you have to do that, like you're indirectly building demand by never sufficiently like fulfilling supply.
Right.
Like no one can ever get your shit
Right.
unless they really hit you up or
Mhm.
get it on drop. So it's like, that's it. But if you're creating something that's like hot right now and
Right.
you got to do 50 of them or whatever, you know what I mean? It's a really vicious cycle to like,
yo,
and people don't realize it because you're young and you get all this energy and you're
Mhm.
like, word, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And
there's a
then
lot that goes into it.
2 years later, you're like, damn, I don't have shit. Like you got more followers than you do money.
Mhm.
Like you got, and then,
Mhm.
versus like you said, that fan a day mentality, I think is so important for
No,
like
really,
anyone
man,
who's starting a
really.
business, entrepreneurs, creators, like, because once you get those people who are really into supporting you, and
It just makes it, it
Yeah.
makes it all the more
like you
better.
said, you don't even want to call them fans. They're
You don't even wanna call them
supporters, like,
fans, man.
right.
Supporters. They're those people. Those people push you, yo. Those people help you. Those help make your dreams come true.
Yeah.
Straight like that, yo.
For sure.
You feel me? So you can't. I don't like the term fan.
Yeah, it feels kind of like Stanish, like, word, you're a fan. Like,
I got a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. No, it's not genuine. I
'Cause when
I got
you're-
support.
yeah, you're a small creator too. Not small, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
am.
a big, you don't
I
have
am.
a manager behind you. You don't got like a
Right,
gallery
right.
hustling your shit
Mhm.
for you. Like every dollar really counts. So like
You
when
know?
someone drops that band on you, it's like, damn, like my rent is paid
It
for the
makes-
month.
it-
Like
it
my
really-
electricity is
yo,
paid. Yeah,
yo, I
I
try
got a
to-
zip at the crib like for the next 2 weeks. Like we're good. Like
We're
I'm
good.
straight
Like,
for a couple weeks.
People
Like
don't even realize this art. Art is my day to day. Like I wake up, it's art. This is how I pay all my bills. Like, this is how I'm able to be out here doing this interview.
Yeah.
Art, you know, it's like.
And if you never took that chance, like when you did, you could have, like I said, put yourself in that corner where you're like, damn, I got this 9 to 5, and now like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like when you're really into this creative shit and like trying to do it for yourself,
it's just not what you want to do.
Yeah, right. You can get locked in that zone. So what's next for you, do you think? I know that's like such a broad and open question and so whack as a creator, but like,
no, I can definitely tell you what's next, because
do you have any more commissions lined up while you're
literally
in
that's what's next. That's all that's next.
Like, I got more stacks on deck. I got more Blueface Hunters coming, and then I'm gonna zip back to Vegas.
You know, and then bust the work down. Pretty much my next few months look like nothing but Telfars.
That's sick, though.
Nothing but Telfars. I took on.
It sucks that COVID is happening right now and you can't do a pop up, because if you did like
a
weekend,
what, yo? If I could do a fucking like weekend pop up, yo, or like a week pop up,
500,000 people,
yo, where you just take have your Telfar, I come, you know, just boom, got your ticket, you know, I come through, freestyle it real quick, and we out the door, like. Right. I would love to do some shit like that.
Almost all those luxury brand houses have an in-house painter at the joint that's like sitting there painting bags or whatever. But not all the time, but people that come through. Yeah,
I even applied for one of those jobs one time, and then I was like looking, I'm like, this isn't really my.
Yeah,
you know, like it's
if you know anyone that works at those places or Nordstrom or something, I
saw the type. You know, it's not. Yeah,
it's like fly for a minute, and then you realize like. Every 2 weeks, people return half the shit they buy, so your commission goes in the toilet. You're just like, damn, why did I do this?
Like, why?
But that's dope, though, like, because it's a really hot brand right now.
No, it's a really hot brand.
Not gonna go anywhere. He's like so careful with the collaborations that he does. I feel like, and it's like so on brand. And
I feel like that's good. He should be.
And he has all the crucial like Essence, Dover Street Market. Like everyone that carries his shit is like he's really on that wave right now. That like he's in the right place and like.
That's good.
It could be huge, yeah. But like, I don't know. I could also see like LVMH like buying him out in 2 or 3 years, just dropping a huge bag on him. It's hard to turn down one of those 300, 400 million. But if you, I mean,
I see him staying true.
Oh yeah.
I see him.
And when you start getting money, like 1,000 people spending $1,000, $1 million. You know how many fucking bags this man probably sells every drop? Like he doesn't need that money. So that's a great point.
That's what I'm saying. You know, he makes it himself.
It's so funny, when people look at like Supreme and when it's sold and how much it's sold for, and they're like, "Damn, I didn't know Supreme sold that much." And it's like, you really don't know. Like the numbers are like you're not really thinking about like how much this shit is selling. Yeah,
numbers are crazy.
So, all right, I guess last thing, a good wholesome note to wrap on. I saw you make a tweet about you can't wait to be a dad. What is that face for? I just feel like people in our generation, people that are our age. I'm a little bit older than you, but like people that like have a lot to offer their kids. Like you have such like a rich background now as far as like what you have to offer and the knowledge you have to impart and put people on and shit. And it's not like you're like you work with as many people as you can and put people into that knowledge, but you have like your own seed that you can tell every day, like, yo, don't do this, do that, or like move this way. Right. It's like kind of tight. So like, speak on that. Like, what did you just like randomly make that tweet, or like, I just feel like that's such an out of pocket random tweet for a person our age to, not your age to make, you know what I mean? You're just a hair younger than me, but.
Yeah, man. It's just, can't wait.
Can't wait. I'm practicing in the meantime. I'll tell you that much. We get these practice rounds.
Oh man, I just can't wait, man. Can't wait to be a father. I just can't wait. Just can't wait to be a father.
That's awesome,
just have a little me, you know, out there one day. You know.
What do you think the woman game is? West Coast versus East Coast?
East.
You're fucking with the East Coast
more.
I'm
fucking with the East.
I feel like there's a lot of transplants in Vegas, so maybe that's why it kind of messes it up.
I wouldn't know, but I just fuck with the East, you know. Fuck with the East, what I know, what I'm used to.
It's so balling, you just decided to move to Vegas. Like no real reason, just like I'm off the map.
Fuck it,
I'm not gonna go to Raleigh. I'm not gonna go to Savannah.
I've lived in Atlanta. I've lived in South Carolina. I've lived Baltimore, Jersey. I was in North Carolina for a little bit, Virginia. It's been all over, you know. So it's like Vegas was just like another. All right,
Did you visit
On the
and then
move.
kind of decided to move?
No,
or-
I've never been to Vegas until I moved there.
Damn,
Never been
that's
until
wild.
I know.
I did the same thing with Phoenix,
Yeah,
but it's like
never been until I moved. Like
when
me
you-
moving there was the first like, oh okay, this is Vegas. Like
that's so dope,
yeah.
man. Well, dude, Rye, thank you so much for being a
Oh,
part of the
man.
podcast. I really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Thank you, man.
Um,
Hold on, I wanted to say, bro.
Oh yeah.
Can
What's
you
up?
take a picture of us
Oh
like,
yeah,
behind
of
the
course.
Yeah, like you feel me? I want
For real, for real. We need to get a fit pic
Yeah.
afterward too.
Perfect.
Awesome. That was the goods, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you check out all the other episodes with the yo-yo players in the bio. I got some more artists coming soon.
Yes,
Some more
man.
interesting people.
Yes.
You were the first ever artist I've interviewed that
Word?
wasn't a yo-yo player. Yeah, I didn't want to tell you that and put a weird vibe on the whole shit before we started.
No,
But
we're all definitely
Yeah.
again. Yeah, bro. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's official. Yeah, that's official. That's tough.
Word.
I'm even more geek now.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that's tough.
Thank you again, man.
Thanks for having me.
That was the goods. I will see you guys next time.